listening to WTPS 94.1 LPFM, a locally owned and operated station of St. Paul Lutheran Church in Napoleon, Ohio. This afternoon, we bring you our basketball game between the St. Paul Lady Crusaders and the Delta Lady Panthers. We now take you to the St. Paul Gymnasium.
Good evening, and thank you, Marky Mark, for the introductions. We are here at St. Paul Napoleon for the beginning of our basketball season. Last Monday, the girls of Napoleon played host to Hicksville in a scrimmage, and tonight is the first regular season game. As you heard, they host Delta. Similar to last year, the 7th and 8th grade girls will play the second game for the Crusaders. We're splitting our games, our public school games, with St. John Freedom. They played the first game against the Delta 7th graders. The Napoleon Crusaders will play the 8th graders from Delta. Boy, that Freedom game was an exciting one. Throughout the second half, Delta was up by an average of 5 points or so. And then Freedom came back and hit a basket with 4 seconds left to go up by 1 and win the game by 1. So great intensity in the first game. We'll see how the second one starts in about a minute. You can hear the Crusaders as they are clapping, walking to the bench, getting some final instructions before the beginning of the game. As with last year, we begin our games with a time of prayer. In just a bit, the teams will gather together and do just that. I believe our prayer person will be Avery Schroyer, who is one of the 8th graders for the Crusaders. You can watch the live stream of this on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/St. Paul Napoleon. We've got 4 currently watching live, so we greet the 4 of you. And to the many who are listening on the radio, welcome to you as well. Now we've got now we're up to 5 online. Greetings to our 5th and newest watcher. We've got a whole slate of games coming throughout this season. We'll talk more about what the season looks like as the night progresses, as timeouts and the like allow. But now we will turn it over to our ambient mic so you can listen to the introductions and the prayer.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to St. Paul. If you could please rise and remove your hats, Avery Schroyer is going to start us with a prayer today.
Dear God, thank you for bringing us all here safely today, and please let it be an injury-free and fair game of basketball. In your name we pray. Amen.
Once again, welcome to St. Paul Napoleon as the St. Paul Crusaders play host to the Delta Panthers. I'm Pastor Logan Shirey in the broadcast booth with you tonight. I've heard we've got a second person coming to broadcast in a bit after she gets done walking the dog, but we'll see how that turns out. Crusaders have broke huddle. Panthers have broke huddle. They have lined up for the tip. And here we go. Delta wins the jump. They're going right to left, and they take it over in the right wing. They back it back out and start their offense. Running points, number 10, Sophia. She takes it right side into the lane. Tries to pass it to the right post, and it's off the foot and jump ball. Ripke got in there for the Crusaders to help create that jump ball. Since the Panthers got the opening tip, Crusaders now with the ball coming out of the jump. 15 seconds in, scoreless. Schroyer running the offense for the Crusaders. Their first time offense. Durr has it up top. Passes it right wing to Bockelman. She's looking. She gets it down into Oberhaus in the post. It's poked out back to Bockelman. Shoots, misses. Rebound. Ripke, rebound, Oberhaus, foul on the floor. That foul's on number 12, Taylor, for the Panthers. Panthers have set up in a 3-2 zone. Crusaders look to inbound from underneath the basket. Schroyer's looking, she gets into the post to Bockelman. Bockelman off the bottom of the backboard and rebounded by the Panthers. They're going to push it right to left, pass it ahead. Ripke with the interception. 45 seconds into the game, still scoreless. Ripke's going to bring it up and play point. Going up against a man-to-man defense. Ball swings to the top again. And now to the right-hand side. Oberhaus has it. She looks. She finds the cutter. Ripke underneath and in for the layup. She missed it. Rebound down on the floor, and the Panthers have it. And they dribbled it out of bounds. Durr was down there trying to wrestle it away. It looks like she may have jammed her finger. Panthers in a man-to-man this time with Schroyer inbounding underneath. Gets it to Bockelman on the low post. It is tipped and out of bounds on the shot. Minute 15 into the game, still scoreless. Crusaders are kind of running around up top. Then they all dive down low. Oberhaus gets it and then up to and swinging around to Ripke, right side. Oberhaus right side drives down the lane, shoots, misses. Crusaders are getting quite a few shots. They just can't get any to drop right now. Ripke brings it back up top. Takes it left side, gets around her defender, but then is stopped. And now Durr up top. Starts her dribble, picks it up. She's looking, and finds Oberhaus right wing. Oberhaus brings it center. There's Bockelman. And then down to Schroyer, tipped away, tipped into the hands of Durr, and first points of the game. 4 minutes left in the first, Crusaders by 2. Panthers have it right side. Bring it into the center of the lane, pass it out left corner, tipped away, and it's out of bounds. It's going to be Crusader ball. Nope, it's going to be Panther ball.
Two. Where you going, Taylor?
Teams are lining up. Man-to-man defense here. Passes up top to Sophia. Sophia shoots a three. Missed it off the left side. Oberhaus goes for the rebound, and it's out of bounds. Off Delta, though. Crusader ball. 3:50 to go in the first. Crusaders by 2. Schroyer runs the point. She picks up her dribble, passes it right side into the right corner. Now down into the center of the lane. Shot is up. Bockelman's going to the line. That foul's on Gretchen for the Panthers. Her first personal, team second. Those will be the first free throws of the night. Bockelman at the line, puts the first one up. Off the front iron and out. We got a sub coming in for the Panthers. That's number 33, Gabby. Crusaders still up by 2. 3:40 to go in the first. Bockelman shoots the second. Off the back iron and drops. 3-point lead for the Crusaders. Chloe brings the ball across the timeline. Takes it right side around Ripke, down to the post. Picks up her dribble. She's looking there. It's tipped away by Schroyer. It'll be Delta ball on the far sideline. Delta inbounds it to Chloe. Right side. She receives a pick to the right, into the corner. And it's poked away and stolen by Ripke. Ripke's on a breakaway, and it gets poked away from her and out of bounds. Oh, and it's off Ripke. So it'll be Delta ball, 3:17 to go. Crusaders by 3, and we got a 20-second timeout. A 30-second timeout. Joining me in the broadcast booth is someone who has been dying to talk. She has been pointing at herself constantly. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Bella Shirey.
Oh, welcome, Bella. What grade are you in?
3rd.
Third grade. So who's your teacher?
Mrs. Egbert.
And what was school like today with snow?
We went outside and everybody's face was red.
Oh, yeah? Did anybody eat the snow?
No.
No. Was it enough to eat?
No.
Did you run around with your tongue sticking out trying to catch it?
Yeah.
There you go. We all remember those childhood days. Even as adults, we do that sometimes. Okay, Delta ball coming out of timeout. Sophia brings it across the timeline. Down 3-0. She brings it back center. Over the left side, Chloe. She brings it to the center again. And to the right block, shot is up, off the backboard. Oberhaus with the rebound. Oberhaus is going to bring the ball up herself. Just past the halfway point in the first quarter. 3-0 Crusaders with the lead. Schroyer has it right wing. She gets it to Bockelman in the post. Shot is up. Bockelman's going back to the line. Bockelman really had that defender sealed deep underneath the basket. Gabby picked up the foul. But that was a good job, keeping her deep. That way there was easy entry pass into the post. So Bockelman shoots her first, and she makes it. She's now 2 for 3 from the line, giving the Crusaders a 4-point lead. Checking in for the Crusaders, number 4, Mallory. Coming out is number 3, Ripke. Bockelman puts the second one up, off the back iron. It goes out, and there's the Crusaders with the rebound. Durr has it. Gretchen's all over her, and ball goes out of bounds. Crusader ball. 2:45 to go in the first. Crusaders by 4. Mallory inbounds it. Crusaders are in a stack formation. As they split, they find Schroyer in the left wing. She brings it up top and starts the offense. It gets poked away by Chloe. Schroyer still has it, though. Mallory right wing picks up her dribble. Down to Oberhaus in the block. Back to Mallory on the wing. Poked away by Chloe, and there's officially a turnover. Gabby gets the ball. And they bring the ball across the timeline. Delta looks to push it, and Bockelman with the steal. Miscommunication on that pass for the Panthers. 2:11 to go. Crusaders by 4. Ball is stolen as Schroyer tries to get into the lane. Chloe crosses the timeline, takes it right side, is picked up by Durr. Gets it back out to Sophia. And ball's on the left wing. Now over to the right wing. Chloe behind the back and into the lane. Shot is up and almost made it. That foul's on number 25, Oberhaus. First personal, team first. Chloe looks to get the first points for the Delta Panthers. 1:49 left in the first. Chloe shoots, and it's off the left side of the rim. Checking in for the Crusaders, number 23, Grace Gherkin. That's the second sub Crusaders have made in this game so far. Delta also brings in a sub. I did not see the number. I believe that was 12 Taylor that came in. Chloe puts the second one up. Rolls around the rim. Gherkin with the rebound. She comes in. She gets the rebound. She's already in the books. Schroyer brings it right side, takes it right wing, gets around her defender into the block, and kicks it back out to Mallory. Mallory takes a baseline and dragged her pivot foot after she picked up the dribble. Call a travel. Panther ball. 1:35 left to go in the first. Crusaders by 4. Chloe is point. Gets some encouragement from the coach to take it to the basket, and she does just that. Right around her defender, and she finds Taylor high off the glass and missed it. Oberhaus with the rebound. Gets it out to Durr, then to Schroyer, and they bring it up the court. Schroyer takes it right. Nope, back and then right again. And ball goes out of bounds off the tip on the pass. It'll be Crusader ball on the near sideline. They're looking, and Mallory can't find. There she finds someone. Durr has it up top, back to Mallory, right wing. She goes to the right, finds Schroyer baseline. Schroyer drives, shoots, missed. Oberhaus, the ball's tipped away into Durr's hands. Durr shoots and misses. Chloe with the rebound for the Panthers. She looks to push the ball to the left side. She finds underneath the basket number 21, Brooklyn. She missed the shot, but she was fouled in the process. Brooklyn's going to the line for 2. That foul's on Oberhaus. Second personal, second team foul. Being 51 seconds left in the first, coach may have to look at those 2 fouls and bring in a sub for her. Shot is up, off the backboard, and in. First points for Delta. Brooklyn with the free throw. Bockelman checks back into the game for Oberhaus. Scores 4-1. Crusaders with the 3-point lead. 51 seconds to go in the first. Shot is up, high off the backboard again. You don't see Banks that often from the free throw line, but it's working for Brooklyn. She's 2 for 2. Crusaders by 2, crossing the timeline. Oh, we had an inadvertent whistle. Crusaders called a play. Coach said timeout. Whistle was blown. I think that resets the shot clock here in middle school, right? If we had a shot clock, it might. Crusaders going to inbound the ball, though, from the far sideline. 45 seconds left in the first. They get it into Mowry off of Mowry's leg. Actually, off Delta's leg. Crusader ball still. Mowry gets the inbound pass. Crusaders break the stack. Into Durr, into Bockelman. Bockelman on the post. Tries to go up, and Delta was hanging on her. That was a good play by Bockelman to fight through that. She knew she wanted the shot, and no amount of hanging on her was going to stop it. Nope, it wasn't on the shot. They're going to call that on the floor. So it's a man formation and defense. Crusaders in the box. They get it into Durr. Durr has it in the corner, picked up her dribble. She's looking there. She finds Mowry. Mowry with one dribble and gets it to Gherkin up top. Ball's tipped away as Gherkin tries to pass. Chloe's going to push it up the right side, and Schroyer catches her from behind, fouls her, makes her earn it from the line. That'll be Schroyer's first personal team third. 23 seconds to go in the first. Crusaders by 2. Chloe with the chance to tie it up. Chloe dribbles, looks, and shoots, and rolls it in off the front of the rim. 4-3 Crusaders with the lead. We've got a good turnout tonight as the fans have come for the first home game. Second shot, it's in, tie game. 22 seconds, Crusaders bringing the ball across the timeline. They look to the right, Mowry has it. Gherkin, right wing. Finds Schroyer down below. Schroyer left side. She shoots, and she is fouled by number 1, Chloe. This time going to the line. That is Chloe's first personal team 5th foul. 10 seconds to go. Schroyer looks to get the lead back for the Crusaders. Shot is up off the back iron. Team gives her a little encouragement, and they line up for number 2. Shots up, and it's good. Crusaders by 1, 5-4, 10 seconds to go. Ball comes across timeline. Sophia has it. She looks into the left wing. 3 seconds. Shot. Nope, that was a pass. Another shot. There we go. Right as time expires. 3, and Sophia missed it. So our end of 1 score, Crusaders 5, Delta 4. It's been a low-scoring affair so far, and that's to be expected. It's early in the season. You're still finding your shot. You're still getting a feel for how the plays develop. Crusaders have had quite a few shots, though. They've gotten the ball down low. They just can't get it into the basket. Delta's very good at getting their hands up and distracting, getting their hands in there as Crusaders are trying to get into a good form for their shot, and that's helping prevent some of those shots from falling. We'll see if the Crusaders can continue to convert or even begin to convert at a higher level as we move into the second quarter. You're listening to 94.1 WTPS, a radio ministry of St. Paul Lutheran in Napoleon. You can also watch the live stream of our games at youtube.com/St. Paul Napoleon. After the games will be there so you can go back and watch. You can diagnose the plays. You can critique the broadcast. Whatever you'd like to do. You can see that and so much more at youtube.com/St. Paul Napoleon. Teams break huddle as we begin the second quarter. It'll be Delta ball. They won the initial tip, but we had one jump ball. That brings it back to Delta on the possession arrow. Chloe has it. She gets it down to Taylor, and she dribbles through the lane, back up top. Back to Chloe at the top of the wing. Brings it down baseline. Shoots, misses, and Sickmiller with the rebound. That's Sickmiller's first amount of game time. Back into Ripke's hands. Ripke sets up the play. Ball's right wing. They're looking and get it down into Grace, and it's tipped away in the post. Chloe with the steal. She's going to push it. Durr's right there and stops her. Taylor has it, shoots a three, right wing. Little strong. Rebound, Tassler. Ripke running point, 5:18 left to go in the second. Crusaders by 1. Bockelman has it. And they find the cutter, Durr. Durr with a nice layup. Streaking in from that right corner. Crusaders by 3. Crusaders in a man-to-man defense here. And they find Taylor underneath. Oh, and she drops it. Crusaders back to a 1-point lead. Crusaders are playing a little soft on that defense, and they were able to sneak that ball in real quick. Bockelman has it left wing. And then to Sickmiller. Sickmiller brings it up top. To Durr. To Tassler. Tassler right wing. Back to Sickmiller up top. Then to Ripke. Playing a little three-man weave up top. And then the ball gets down into the corner. They try to get it down into the post, and again, it's poked away. Delta's doing a great job at defending the post. Sickmiller with the steal, though, as they're trying to pass across the lane on that fast break. 4:15 to go in the second. Crusaders by 1. Ripke slowly sets up the offense. They go left side this time. Tassler down in the corner. And to Bockelman, and shot from the block is fouled. That'll be the third time Bockelman's been at the line because she was fouled shooting from the block. Fouls on number 12, Taylor. Her second personal, team's 6th foul. One more foul by Delta will put the Crusaders in the bonus. Bockelman shoots the first, and she drains it. 8-6, Crusaders by 2. Ripke's playing a deep defense. All the others on the front side of the half court. Missed the second one. It's out of bounds off Tassler. Delta ball. Delta gets the ball and starts to bring it across the timeline. They take it right side. And shot is up. Fouled by Ripke. That was Sophia. Sophia's going to the line for 2. That's Ripke's first personal, team 4th. Crusaders with a 2-point lead, 3:55 to go. Taylor shoots the first, off the back iron. Joining us now in the broadcast booth is the sound of the Crusader, the voice of the Crusaders. She just got back from walking the dog, so tell us, who are you? Nope, let me get your mic on first. Now you can tell us.
There we go. I am Rachel Jacobs. I am the 5th grade teacher here at St. Paul Napoleon. I coached 5th and 6th grade basketball last year, but decided to take a little break this year just to have some time to myself. So, yeah, our bookkeeper, I didn't think she was going to be here tonight, but she's here now, so.
We'll tell you more about all that in a bit. Right now, Crusaders, though, have the ball. You want to go ahead and announce the Crusaders?
Sure. That'll be easy for me to jump in. Schroyer's up at the top. She swings it to the right to Emma St. Clair. She gets it inside to Lauder Bockelman, who puts it up for 2.
10-6, Crusaders by 4 with 3:20 to go in the second. Delta with the ball. Chloe takes it right side. She's picked up by Sickmiller, goes around Sickmiller, and there's a right-hand layup. Back to a 2-point lead for the Crusaders.
Schroyer takes it at point. She calls out the play. Crosses the timeline. She's sneaking to the left, gets it to Tassler up on top. Oh, beautiful cut by St. Clair down low.
Well, that's a flat foul on the floor. Fouls on Chloe. But because that's the 7th team foul, Chloe's second personal, 7th team foul, that puts Emma St. Clair at the line for a 1-and-1.
We have number 1, Gracie Butler, coming in for Olivia Sickmiller for the Crusaders.
And number 5, Haley for the Delta Panthers.
St. Clair at the line. She takes her dribbles, eyes it up, lets it go, and it's a little short. Jump ball down below. It's going to stay Crusader basketball. Schroyer's going to take it out under the basket. They are lining up in a line on the free throw line. Inbounded to Ella Tassler on the left block. She passes it out to Butler, who swings it around.
Stolen by Chloe. Chloe takes it around left side layup and a little under the basket. Underneath the basket it hit. And Delta gets the rebound back. Chloe now has it. Underneath the basket, she passes it out to 23. There is no 23. I misread that number. 33, Gabby. Bockelman is defending her after she picked up the dribble, and it's up top. 2:28 to go in the second. Crusaders by 2. Chloe tries to take it right side around Schroyer. She is stopped, kicks it out, and it's back to her in the corner of the court. She now tries to go baseline. She's stopped once again by Schroyer. Passes up top. Brooklyn has it. She's dribbling, passes back to Chloe, right wing. Picks up her dribble. She's looking. She finds Brooklyn once again. Brooklyn back to Chloe. Those two are just playing a little pass and catch right now. Chloe with a three-point shot, high off the backboard. Rebound, Butler.
She's going to outlet it to Schroyer. She's going to slow things down a little bit, let her team get set. She's going to pass it to Emma St. Clair on the right wing. Going to swing back around to the top. Butler's looking. Stolen by Chloe.
And Chloe almost loses the dribble, but she maintains control. Passes back out to Gabby. Gabby back to Chloe up top, and there's Brooklyn down low. Brooklyn dribbles it out. 1:30 to go in the second quarter. Brooklyn takes it cross court, kicks it out. Back to Brooklyn up top. She tries to go right. She's stopped, picks up her dribble, shoots it from the free throw line. It's blocked by Tassler.
Bockelman gets her hands on it. She's pushing it up the court. Oh, gets stuck in the corner. And we're going to have an over and back call. She was just barely over that half-court line, too.
I don't know if she knew where she was.
I don't think so.
Afterwards, she kind of held her hands like, oh, no, what happened?
We have number 13, Emma Hoover, coming in for Emma St. Clair.
Delta inbounds the ball into Chloe's hands. She walks it up the court, sets up the offense, passes to Brooklyn left side. Brooklyn brings it center. Picked up by Tassler. Shot is up. But gets her own rebound. Way to follow the shot. Chloe takes it right side and takes it out into the corner. 55 seconds left to go in the second. Crusaders by 2. Chloe gets it into the center of the court. And ball's down on the ground. There's a jump ball. Chloe and Bockelman. Chloe is quick. She's got good hands. She's given some fits to the Crusaders.
Both sides, too, offense and defense. She's been solid.
Crusaders in a 2-3 as they inbound from below the basket. Ball comes out into Haley's hands, and Brooklyn now has it up top. 42 seconds left to go. Now Chloe, guarded by Schroyer. Passes across the court and then to the center. They're doing a little three-man weave almost, back and forth, back and forth. Brooklyn now has it. Gets into the lane. Tassler with those long arms steals it.
She gets it out to Schroyer, and she's pushing it up the left side.
Brooklyn with the steal. Oh, there's a travel. Brooklyn ran into her own player, dribbled a little too high, and they're going to call a travel on that one. It's a good job by Butler to try and get back and block that anyway. Good effort.
Inbounded to Schroyer. She's trying to dribble out of almost a double team. She takes it to the free throw line, gets a pass down to Tassler. She's going to shoot it from the outside.
Chloe with the rebound. 8 seconds to go. Crusaders by 2. Chloe's going to try and push it. 4 seconds. She gets to the three-point line. Behind the back, loses control.
Butler's going to pick it up, and we are out of time.
That's halftime. Crusaders by 2, 10-8. Again, a low-scoring game.
Yes.
We were, about 4-4, something like that?
Yeah.
At the end of one?
Mm-hmm. But it's also their first, at least the Crusaders' first full game. They had a scrimmage last week, but this is their first full game.
And I don't know Delta's, but I heard the coach saying something about it's like Pettisville. It's like Pettisville. So I don't know what that means other than maybe they've played a game against Pettisville or something. They've got a history there, apparently.
But both teams, they come out looking good.
They did.
I'm impressed.
That 2-point lead. Right now you just want a lead.
Yes.
Early in the season. Let's get it going. Now, I don't know if you could have noticed, Rachel. We weren't live at that point. But as we started the broadcast, we were telling you a bit about the first game. So the first game was the St. John Freedom Eagles playing against the 7th grade of Delta. Delta was up. I watched the second half. Delta was up 5-6 points most of the time. Not much scoring. Final scores were in the upper teens, maybe 20 or so. So anyway, Freedom gets back into it, and with down by 1 point, they make a 2-pointer, so to go up by 1 with 4 seconds to go.
Wow.
And
they are scrappy, though.
They were. Delta tried to shoot a 3/4 length shot. Obviously missed it. So Delta won it, or Freedom won it on a last-second shot.
Wow.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You saw some Delta fans just put their hands, face in their hands. And so anyway, you were saying at the beginning, right as you got here, last year you were a coach, correct?
Yes, for 5th and 6th grade.
And in fact, you were doing more than that. Last year you coached volleyball.
Yes, volleyball, and then basketball starts about 2 weeks later, and that goes till March. So
and then this year you coach volleyball again.
Yes.
And after all that, I don't blame you saying I need a little break.
Yes.
Now, we can say it was because Rachel decided she needed a break, or it was she missed the broadcast so much.
I did, though. I really did.
So
this is it's much less stressful up here.
So you'll hear throughout the season, both myself, Rachel, we've got a new broadcaster that will be joining us at one point. Pete Bourgeois, the new principal here at St. Paul. Her husband, Pete, has a history of doing some radio broadcasts for collegiate hockey, I believe.
Okay. So is he going to know basketball talk then, or just hockey talk?
Well, he might
Red line, blue line.
he may call it a rink, but so we'll have to get him onto the air at some point.
He is quite a character, though. So
my fear is that the conversation may go long. He's very fun, very good to talk to. You'll enjoy that once we get him here. We've also sent some notes out to some of our past broadcasters and invited them to return. So it'll be a fun season as we see who shows up and how the games progress.
Yes.
Now, speaking of the season, we said Hicksville was last Monday, scrimmage for the girls. What's coming up next for the Crusaders?
Everyone will be here at St. Paul this Saturday, starting at 10. We have, I don't know what you call that when you have all 4 teams playing. But we will
fun day.
Yeah, long day. But we'll be playing Trinity Toledo. Last year, our first game was at Trinity, so this is kind of nice to have all of those right at the beginning here at home. That'll be fun for the 5th and 6th graders for sure. And then it looks like next week, Tuesday is really the only game they're going to have, and that's just 7-8 boys against Swanton. And the boys have a tough season this year. They only have like 4 home games, and then they are away almost the rest of the season.
It's true. The last home game for the boys is actually going to be Monday, December 17th against Monclova. Before that, they've got, looking at their schedule, December 1st, Trinity. They've got home December 4th, Swanton, December 10th, Liberty Center, and then Sunday the 16th, Freedom, Monday the 17th, Monclova, and that's it. Then they're on the road.
Yeah.
They're not going to be back here at home until
tournament time.
Yep.
So that is going to be quite the season for them.
And generally looking at the calendar, December is going to be a busy month. We have a lot of games here at home. It's a good time to celebrate the beginning of basketball and really come together for something like that.
Oh, yeah. We have a few hoo-has over there in the corner celebrating basketball.
Yeah, all the boys from, what that is, 6th grade, 5th
There's
grade.
5th graders out there, 6th and 7th grade. No 8th graders are brave enough, I guess, to go out there and
dance
or I'm not really sure what they're doing.
If you're watching the live stream, you can see it in the top left corner. You can watch the live stream at youtube.com/St. Paul Napoleon. We mentioned a second ago the tournament. Now, we don't want to look too far ahead in the season, but this is going to be a great year as St. Paul gets to play host to the league tournament.
Ooh.
That'll be Friday, Saturday, Sunday, February 15th through 17th. We'll talk more about that as we get closer, but something to look forward to.
The kids definitely look forward to it. They could almost care less about what happens during the season, but as long as we win league tournament, that's all that matters. So.
And why is league tournament so important?
For 7 and 8, girls and boys especially, it really plays a lot into how they get seeded for All-Ohio. But for 5th and 6th grade, I think they just like that it's really the only tournament that they get to do for basketball, and we've done really well the past few years at tournament, so I think they just get so excited of kind of carrying on that, I guess, winning legacy.
Absolutely. And then, speaking of All-Ohio, this year All-Ohio is the first weekend in March, and that is at Trinity Toledo.
So nice and close-ish.
Yeah. A lot closer than, where was last year?
Was it Columbus last year?
Marysville?
Yeah,
or something.
Marysville, so that area.
So this will be a little bit closer to Marysville. The All-Ohio rotates between Northwest Ohio, the Cleveland area, and the Columbus area. We hosted it 4 years ago.
4 years ago. I think it was the year before I came.
Right before you came. That year we hosted League and All-Ohio.
Yeah.
This year it's just League, and now the boys are running around like airplanes.
Those are the boys from last year. Two of mine are from this year in there.
Yeah, they're having fun.
It is definitely nice to see the gym packed, though, again.
It is. That is something about Crusader fans. Basketball, volleyball, whatever the sport.
We will travel, and we travel well.
Yep. Makes it fun to be a player. Makes it fun to be a parent, I would assume, too.
Oh, yeah.
To have that type of support. We've got 2:37 left to go before the third quarter. The Crusaders just came out of the locker room. It looks like the Delta fans students are still lined up waiting for their team to come out. Once again, the Crusaders are up 10-8, 2-point lead. We're going to listen to the sounds of the gym for just a second, catch our breath before we return to the third quarter of action.
I saw that. I was like, all right, that was better timing. Go ahead. Get it going. Hurry up.
Welcome back to the second half of action. We are at the gym of the St. Paul Napoleon Crusaders as they play host to the Delta Panthers. I'm Pastor Logan Shirey. I'm going to call the game on behalf of the Panthers. Let me turn on my co-host.
Man, that's twice tonight. I'm Rachel Jacobs. I'll be calling it for the St. Paul Crusaders. We have Emma Durr, Avery Schroyer, Ella Tassler, Jenna Oberhaus, and Lauder Bockelman on the court for your Crusaders. 4 out of 5 of those girls are 8th graders, so pretty solid bunch out there right now. Schroyer's got it on the left wing. She drives it in, tries to float up, and banks it in for 2.
Nice shot, nice shot. Crusaders up by 4, 5:40 to go. Chloe takes it right side, passes in the right corner, tries to drive baseline, and they're going to
call it, I think, just a tip off of
I think it was just out of
Ellis
bounds.
Hassler. Crusaders are in a 2-3 zone.
Chloe looks to inbound it. Some picks are set, and there it's up top to Sophia. Sophia takes it left side, drives into the lane. They're going to call a blocking foul. Is that Oberhaus's third? Yep, Oberhaus's third.
Whew.
And Gherkin's getting ready to check in for that reason. They've not been bad calls.
No.
It's not a ticky-tack type call. It's
just interesting because knowing Jenna, she is not one that fouls a lot. If she gets one foul in a game, you're surprised.
she just happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. That shot was in by Sophia, so 12-9, Crusaders by 3. She gets the ball for a second shot, dribbles it, she eyes it, she flies it, puts it in, and that's for Sickmiller.
Schroyer's got the ball. She's bringing it up for the Crusaders. She crosses the timeline. She's going to pass it over to Durr on the right. She's going to dribble, pick it up, swing it around to Gherkin on top. Schroyer takes a nice little dribble, passes it back out. Durr's going to drive it in right into Chloe.
Chloe steals it. Schroyer gets back and stops the drive. So she brings it back out. 4:55 to go in the third. Crusaders by 2. Taylor takes it. Sophia takes it. Baseline, missed it. And we got a jump ball. That should be Delta's ball. Crusaders in a 2-3 up by 2. Chloe looks to inbound it underneath the basket. Sophia receives the pick, goes right wing, shoots the 3 and drains it. That's the first lead for Delta Panthers tonight.
Schroyer brings the ball up for the Crusaders, definitely trying to push things. She drives in between 2 defenders, slips right through Ella Tassler's fingers.
That'll be Delta ball for that reason.
We have Macy Ripke coming in for the Crusaders for Ella Tassler. Smaller lineup now for the Crusaders.
Well, they had 3 bigs in there with Oberhaus, Gherkin, and Tassler, so smaller but more normal sized. Chloe gets it into the center of the lane, then passes it out. Gretchen with the shot, missed it long. Rebound, jump ball. That was Durr and Alana.
They've been doing a good job trying to get their hands on those loose balls after a shot. Crusaders pushing the tempo a little bit. Ball is in Bockelman's hands. Swings it to Durr on the left. She's going to dribble around, looking for somebody to pass to. Lots of pressure from Delta. Swings it left. Macy puts it up for 2.
Foot was on the line.
Our coach always said if we ever shot and our toes were on the line that we were going to run and run and run.
Crusaders in a 2-3 zone. Gretchen has it right wing, right corner. Back to Chloe, right wing. Chloe takes it right side, shoots a 15-footer, and drops it. Now we're going back and forth with the score. This time Delta by 1. 3:30 to go in the third.
Definitely trying to pick the pace up a little bit.
That might be the third on Chloe. Yep, third personal, first team. We'll see how long Coach keeps her in there. He needs her in there.
Crusaders line up in an I, gets inbounded to Durr. She takes it to the top. Swings it to Grace Gherkin on the left. Back to Durr. One dribble picks it up. Macy gets her hands on it after a tip. She tries to drive it in.
Stolen away by Chloe. She gets it over to Sophia. Sophia's trying to push the ball up the right-hand side. Back to Chloe, left-hand side. Chloe gets it into the lane. Passes right to to Gretchen. Shot is up, missed. We're called Durr with the rebound and timeout, Crusaders.
That was a very close travel right there.
Wonder if that was part of the reason for the timeout.
You can definitely see St. Paul trying to pick up the tempo, and Delta. They've done a great job on those transition plays, getting the ball after a rebound and pushing it up the court.
Well, and it looks like the Crusaders came out a little more intense after halftime as well.
Oh, yeah.
You saw Schroyer trying to drive to the basket
Yes.
a few more times. You saw others, as you said, picking up the pace, moving with a little more intensity.
As they get further into season, preparing for tournament time and all that, that's definitely something that they are going to have to be good at, is picking up the speed and the tempo, because a lot of the other teams they play are going to be fast.
Yep, and that's the benefit to the schedule the Crusaders keep.
Yes.
Getting to play that many public schools, you face a lot of challenge.
Yes. Not always fun, depending on the score, but it's always a good learning experience. It definitely gets them more prepared with more games.
Ball's tipped away and back into Crusaders' hands, though.
Schroyer drives it, baseline, puts it up. It's a little long off the back of the rim.
Sophia with the rebound. She's going to, again, try and push it. 2:30 to go in the third. Ball's on the left-hand side. Wing shot is up. Back into Sophia's hand. She drives down the center of the lane. And Schroyer says, not me. That whistle blew. Her mouth was aghast. And, well, it's because the foul wasn't on her. That foul was called on number 23, Grace Gherkin, her first personal, team second.
Sometimes you got to do what Sophia just did and just muscle your way through the key and just throw something up.
Yep, make the ref call the whistle.
Yeah.
So now Delta's up by 2 with that first shot made by Sophia from the line.
We had 2 substitutions come in for the Crusaders, 2 7th graders, Sickmiller and St. Clair. So going with definitely a little bit smaller of a lineup now, younger lineup.
Yep, Bockelman's the only taller one in there right now. Sophia makes a second shot. Delta by 3, 17-14.
Schroyer calls the play early. Delta's scrambling a little bit to find their man. Ball's on the right in the hands of Olivia Sickmiller. She's looking to pass. It gets to Durr. Lots of pressure from Delta. They are in their face. Back to Sickmiller on the right wing. Pass to Schroyer, almost a steal. She's going to take it in all the way.
Ooh, that's a hard fall. She went up for the shot and landed flat on her back. She gets up just fine.
She's telling Coach, don't sub me, don't sub me.
I think they have to sub her on that one.
Better to be safe, though, and smart. Give her a break.
Yep. That was a jump ball on that shot. They blocked it in simultaneous possession as she went up and down. So it'll be Delta's ball, up by 3, 1:52 to go in the third.
Crusaders are spreading out. Looks like they're going to be in man-to-man this time around.
Sophia goes down the lane, and there's a jump ball on the ground. I think that's a smart offense by Delta because they are a quick team.
Oh, yeah, they can spread it.
So they're trying to move the Crusaders out of the lane so that way they don't have as much help side to have to fight against.
And they've got a little bit, compared to the Crusaders, a little bit bigger lineup right now as well. So they could probably just muscle their way in there. Nice cut by Sickmiller down the side of the lane. Lauder Bockelman gets it at the elbow and tosses it up for 2. Her defender ended up kind of tripping and falling, so that was kind of convenient.
We'll take that. 17-16. Delta up by 1. They have the ball. Minute 18 left to go in the third. Sophia has it up top, tries to go left side, and passes away. Bring the ball back to center. And then into the hands of Gabby. Gabby cross court back to Sophia. She goes right side around her defender, goes in for the layup off the bottom of the rim twice. Bockelman with the rebound.
She's going to pass it up to Gherkin. She's going to get it to Olivia Sickmiller. Sickmiller drives it in, passes it off to Mowry. She takes it left, swings it to Durr. Free throw line to Sickmiller. She's going to take it in. Oh, tries to pass it to Lauder Bockelman and just comes up a little short.
That's a tough pass.
Oh, yeah.
You're almost trying to put some English on the ball so it spins right into their hands, but you just can't do that too often.
Especially when you got those 2-3 defenders down there as well.
36 seconds to go. Pick right side. Sophia takes it right around the defender, and there's a jump ball with Bockelman. Good job by Bockelman to get in there, tie her up, and not foul her in the process.
She has been taking the ball very well for Delta, though, since
Very
Chloe
true.
went out.
Very true. Delta with the ball underneath. 31 seconds. Box formation for the Panthers. They're looking, and they just go for the safety valve up top. Brooklyn has it, passes into the corner, three-point shot is up, missed it. Rebound Delta. Alana with the rebound, into the hands of Brooklyn. And then to Sophia. Nope, they're going to call travel.
That was some excellent defense by Layla Mowry up top.
She almost tried to pass it and then decided too late she wanted to pass it, and that's what caused the travel.
Then you're trying to like dribble, catch your pass.
Yep. 16 seconds. Durkin.
Up for two.
Underneath the basket. Good post move. Crusaders by 1. 5 seconds to go. Sophia passes to Brooklyn. Brooklyn shoots a three and
right at the buzzer. Good thing it is not the end of the game.
Nope. Delta by 2.
We have 3 coming in for the Crusaders.
Oberhaus, Schroyer, and
Ripke.
I won't say this too loud. I thought her foot might have been on that line for that three. But that's okay.
It'll make the Crusaders work a little bit harder.
We're
this
fine with
quarter.
that. So Crusaders with a 2-point deficit. They had the advantage coming out of halftime.
By 2.
By 2. Delta played a really good third quarter.
Yes.
They were so much more intense, just with their speed, with their hands.
And with their point guard coming out of the game as well.
Mm-hmm. And how many times do we see the Crusaders have the ball on offense, passing it around the wing, unable to get even past the three-point line because Delta was right on them with a tight defense. So good work for the Panthers. We'll see if the Crusaders can overcome that.
Yeah, and I think Delta's kind of in that zone where they're like out, but also trying to keep their defense tight, so you can't always tell what kind of defense they're in. And I think that's something Coach Rom definitely is trying to push the girls to do, is call their own offense, call out the plays instead of her calling the plays. So that's something they definitely are working on, to recognize what type of defense they're up against as well.
Absolutely, you need that. Helps you with your basketball IQ for what is to come in future years. Crusaders with the ball.
Ripke on the floor and a jump ball.
That was Ripke and Sophia.
She has been everywhere today.
Sophia's quick.
Oh, yeah.
And now that they've got her and Chloe back on the court, the two best ball handlers are on the court at the same time for the Panthers. Panthers up by 2. They take it right side. Pass it back into the center where Sophia has it, and she's fouled by Schroyer on the ground.
This time it was you, Schroyer.
She's not fighting this time.
She's owning it.
Sophia just turned right into her. Schroyer's there and saying, I'm not moving.
There's nothing you can do sometimes, though.
I've still got 4 fouls to give, so no problem. That was a second personal on Schroyer. Ball comes in to Haley, and then Sophia up top. Passes right wing, and Chloe goes right side and puts in a little floater.
Schroyer's calling out flex for the Crusaders. She is pushing the ball up the court, too. Gets it to Lauterbachman on the top, looking for the cutter. Oh, that was quite the grab.
Went into Schroyer. She couldn't handle the inbound pass, so then it rolls around on Delta's back. Schroyer grabs it off the back and
takes it up.
Gets fouled on the shot.
And that is the 4th foul for
Chloe,
who was just taken out last quarter for fouls.
Absolutely.
Schroyer's first free throw goes in.
Cuts the deficit now to 3. Brooklyn checks in for Chloe. They'll probably let her sit for a couple minutes before she comes out.
Schroyer dribbles, lets it go.
2 for 2.
Delta inbounds the ball so fast, they were not ready.
There's a steal. Crusaders with the full court press, and it's turned back over into Sophia's hands. Sophia has it, takes it up the left-hand side of the court. Durr is playing, Ripke with a really tight defense on her. Picks up the defense, and it's stolen. Tipped away and into Bockelman's hands.
Schroyer pushes the ball up. We got a 3-on-3. She takes it in. Comes up short.
Loses control. Bockelman trying to stop Brooklyn and pokes it away. Gets the steal.
Bockelman takes it up the left side, and we're going to have a foul.
Well, that turned out well for the Crusaders. That foul's on Sophia, her second personal.
Close
In
to
my
being
mind, I'm saying, Bachman,
slow down.
slow down, slow
That was
down.
close to being a double dribble.
We got it.
Crusaders are going to inbound the ball. They are spread wide. Inbounded to Delta.
Bachman kind of tripped as she got the inbound pass and into Delta's hands. Gretchen has it right side. She shoots 15-footer. Strong off the iron. Rebound Delta. Into Brooklyn's hands. She shoots it, missed it. This time Bachman. Bachman can't handle it. Back to Brooklyn. Stolen by Schroyer. This time Fromm calls the timeout. Last time she was just calling out a play and the ref heard it wrong. This time she takes it, and you still had 4 timeouts. Now 3 timeouts left. That's not a bad idea.
Right.
4:21 to go left in the fourth.
And you're only down by 2. This is a perfect time to take it and slow things down because I think both teams were starting to get a little chaotic.
Yep. You weren't running your offense. You were just running.
Bringing the ball around.
Yep. You want to do it right.
Yes. They came out, though, in that full court press last time down, and they got in it quick.
That's the first time we've seen that this game. Last year it seemed like they pressed a lot and a lot early.
They pressed a lot in the first half.
Okay.
Definitely. Usually they would try to end first quarter, sometimes depending on the team, just to kind of get a feel for things. They'd come out right away in that full court press, but I think this was a better option. I think this is definitely working for them.
And it worked because as they were in the press there, was it Ripke that was able to tip the ball away and recover it?
Lots of pressure.
Now, you didn't get any points out of it, if I remember
But you flustered the other team. And
exactly.
That's like your sixth man sometimes.
Crusader ball coming out of the timeout.
Schroyer takes it. She's going to dribble right up the middle to the free throw line. Pop one up for 2. We have a tie game with 4:12 left.
22-all. Schroyer tips it away, and it's stolen by Oberhaus, but she's standing on the sideline.
Crusaders are out in that 1-2-2, or better known as a diamond press.
You can hear the fans getting into it here.
Oh, yeah. This is what they like to see, though. Lots of pressure from the Crusaders.
Sophia gets around all 3 defenders there, runs into the brick wall of Bachman, who with the steal.
Lauder, the brick Bachelman. Durr dribbles it down and picks it right up in front of her defender. Passes it off to Ripke, who shoots it up for 2. Oberhaus comes down with it, goes back up. She gets fouled. Whew.
Can you hear the fans? They have just woken up. I think they, too, were in that preseason funk.
Oh, yeah.
And suddenly with this press, at the end of the game, they're getting excited. Tie game. Oberhaus at the line. 3:43 to go.
Takes her little dribbles in her breath. Eyes it up. Lets it go. Rolls off the back.
Coach pulled over Ripke and Schroyer. Give them some point guard, shooting guard advice. Make sure the guards are on the same page. Some substitutions for Delta. And they're going to take a timeout.
I'm kind of hoping the Crusaders stay in this full court press the rest of this game if they can pull it out. A lot of the girls are starting to look a little winded, though, in this whole first full game of the season.
Yep, we're still
They've been practicing for a while, but practice doesn't always wear you out as much as a game does.
Is it early November the practices start?
They actually started, I want to say, like that last full week of October.
So they've been going almost a month at this point.
Almost a month, yeah.
Quite a few of them played volleyball before, and while volleyball and basketball are very different, at least it gives you a starting point for your conditioning.
Yes. And cross country, a few of them run cross country as well.
Absolutely.
Soccer, so there's definitely something different with how fast they try to push the ball, though. Oberhaus eyes her second one, lets it go. There we go, 1 for 2.
1 point lead for the Crusaders. Ball is inbounded. Chloe has it. It's poked away, and that's number 5. Schroyer, and I missed who the second one was right there. Was it Ripke?
Jenna Oberhaus on the other side.
The two of them were there for the steal. And Chloe just reached right in. And nope, never mind. They didn't give it to her. No, there they did. They just hadn't updated the scoreboard yet.
Sometimes that is a game changer, especially at this point with such a tight score and little time left of the game.
Now, while she was one of their better players, remember, she sat out most of the second half when Delta took the lead. And there's the ball poked away on the inbound pass. It was poked out by Gretchen.
That was a good look, though, by Delta.
Yep, good eyes by her. See the ball coming, take it away.
Ripke's inbounding the ball over to Schroyer. Still Crusader ball. We're making our way closer to the basket, little by little.
I think Ripke's a little flustered as she tries to throw the ball in.
Delta is playing really, really intense defense. Ball to Bockelman. She throws it up. Ripke's dribbling on her knees. Oh, good Lord, the ball is everywhere. And it still is Crusader basketball.
They're letting them play.
Coach Fromm calls a 30-second timeout, which is probably a wise decision. Getting a little sloppy right now.
They're letting them play, and as Delta's coming out with that intensity, going after the ball.
Oh, yeah.
If you're bumping bodies, that's okay.
It's that
it's happening.
Intentional stuff.
Yep. Can't grab, but you can run into.
Oh, yeah. It's like bumper cars.
And now if you're watching the live stream, you can see some of the boys dancing once again.
Kellen Russler, I'll call him out. In case Dad's listening, or Mom, or Grandma.
Yeah, you got Connor Hoover there, too.
He has definitely kind of taken that spot from his older sister. Kaylee would kind of lead the cheers for the boys' game. So
absolutely.
It's kind of fun to see that it runs in the family.
3:29 left to go in the game. Crusaders with a 1-point advantage. They're going to be inbounding the ball on the far sideline at about free throw line, 3-point line extended.
They're going to eye it up, too. Just try to get the ball in at this point to start up some kind of an offense. Ripke looks, gets it to the corner to Durr. She's going to take it up, put it up from the block. Ball gets tipped around. Delta comes down with it.
Gretchen with the rebound. Boy, that's a hard shot when you're shooting from the sideline. They throw a full-length pass, and it's missed. Rebound by Ripke.
That was a good look, though. Ripke's going to push the ball up. She's going middle. Pressure, pressure, pressure. She takes it back to the right. To Schroyer in the corner. She fires one up, comes back down in the hands of Delta. They're going to shoot it forward.
Brooklyn gets away with it. She shoots a free throw line shot. Missed it. Rebound Ripke. 1-point lead for the Crusaders. 2:45 to go.
Ripke pushes it up, crosses the timeline. She's dribbling, taking her time. Gets it to Bockelman on the top. Back down. Good little give and go right there. Lauder comes up short, and we're going to have another jump ball.
Nice job by Jenna Oberhaus to get in there for that rebound.
That's one thing that Crusaders struggled with a little bit last year, too, is just finishing, getting the ball into the basket. Ball is inbounded, and Bockelman barely comes up with it. Jenna Oberhaus takes it up, gets fouled. She will go back to the line. Crusaders are up by 1, 23-22, with 2.5 left in the fourth quarter.
That foul is on number 4, Alana. Her first personal, team 6, so one more foul by Delta, and the Crusaders are in the bonus. Crusaders have 3 team fouls, so they're okay.
Oberhaus lets it go for 1. Here we go.
Crusaders now by 2 with 2:30 to go.
They can get a 3-point lead and hold on to it. She eyes it. Lets it go. They are up by 3 with 2.5 left.
Still in a full court press. Sophia has it, takes it past her defenders down the center of the lane. She gets picked up by Bockelman, and they're going to call Bockelman on the foul.
That's a good take, though.
Now, Bockelman was in perfect position.
Oh, yeah.
She had her hands down, though. If she would have had him straight up and fallen down, charge going the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But
sometimes you just got to take the hit.
Yep.
Doesn't hurt.
Right. Till tomorrow. Sophia shoots the first one and missed it off the back iron. Now's when it gets hard to shoot your free throws. You got all the adrenaline of the game. Your legs are getting tired. Mm-hmm. You really got to focus. 3-point Crusader lead, 2:25 to go. Sophia gets the ball for her second shot. Puts it up. Strong off the back iron. Ball is out of bounds. It's going to be Crusader ball. Delta's backing off and picking them up, looks like, at 3-point line extended.
Delta's been playing a really strong man-to-man defense, though. If they keep that up, who knows what could happen with the last 2 minutes. It's a long time in basketball. Macy Ripke's got the ball, stolen by.
Sophia has it. Ripke stays with her to stop the break. Sophia now takes it center of the court. She goes in for the runner and missed it. Bockelman with the rebound. Bockelman Destroyer and Crusader ball, just under 2 to go.
Coach uses her second full timeout.
She's got 1 left. I don't know if I've ever seen Fromm use this many timeouts before.
This quick.
Yeah. Now, I can't remember till last year how the Crusaders played Delta. It would have been at Delta, though, right? Don't
Yes, because they
years?
alternate.
That's why I don't remember.
I usually remember teams based on what their gym looks like, and I don't remember what Delta's gym looks like.
Well, I need you to change that to start remembering based on colors. What did the green team do?
I don't know. Well, we play Trinity, too.
Oh, man.
Their uniforms might actually be black, though.
I don't know. And you could hear the students run out on the court. We got some makeshift cheerleaders. There's Kellen Ressler with the cartwheel.
And then the dab.
Fans are standing up as well.
I will say I did have a couple of boys. I think they were just joking, but they mentioned, like, cheering and why boys can't be cheerleaders here at St. Paul. I'm like, I'm sure if you guys asked, you could probably cheer. You would just wear, like, windbreaker sweatpants and just go.
It's a scientific name for the sound.
Yes.
And teams break huddle. 1:54 to go. Crusaders ball at the half-court line, far sideline.
Delta's got their pressure going. Oberhaus has the ball. She's going to bring it up. She's going to take it to the right, get it to Schroyer. She's going to dribble to the corner. Ooh.
Stepped out of bounds as she received the ball.
Man, that is rough, though. Sometimes you really don't with how close the stands are, and you just don't realize where your feet are.
Yep.
Crusaders are in their full court press right through her hands.
Stolen away by the Crusaders.
Jump ball. It's the one downside for Macy Ricky. She's very scrappy, but whenever she gets the ball down low, everyone just seems to be a little bit taller.
All 5 Delta players on the far side for Crusaders, and Bockelman's playing deep. Sophia has the ball. She goes around the right side of Durr. Durr stays with her, though. Durr is playing a tight defense now into Brooklyn's hands. Brooklyn back to Sophia. Sophia shoots a 3-pointer, about a foot behind the line. She drains it.
High game. Oh, this is exciting.
It's not supposed to be this exciting this early in the season.
I know.
Hopefully
this isn't how the whole season goes.
otherwise, we're going to have some heart attacks this season.
I want to say, though, the Lady Crusaders kind of had a similar start to this, though, last year.
Okay.
They did well, but it was just like that warming up period, getting used to being back on the floor. Because, I mean, you practice, but you practice with each other. You practice with people who know your plays and know your defense. You practice in a quiet gym where you don't have screaming middle schoolers and parents and the whistles and everything. So
that's true.
It's definitely, I think, part of their warming up. And you have a bit younger of a team this year as well. So
Yep. And I feel like Delta has always played us tough.
Yes.
Now, I got no evidence of that. It may be faulty memory. I'm going to pretend they play us tough. I feel like that's always one of the better teams that we play against.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's what makes this a good game, too.
Yes. But it's also a smaller school, so when you look at things from that aspect, we're pretty evenly matched there as well.
Absolutely. Crusader ball, 1:22 to go, tie game. Crusaders one more foul, and they are now in the bonus.
Schroyer brings it up, passes it to Oberhaus. They are in flex. Awesome cut by Emma Durr. She goes up on the left side with her right hand, but makes it.
Crowd erupts. Ball's into Gretchen. Back into Sophia's hands. Picked up full court press by Schroyer. Now a trap comes in by Ricky.
She's got to get the ball.
Passes away, and Oberhaus with the steal.
She goes up, but it ends up being long. We are all over the floor down there. It's going to be Delta ball.
Oh, she's getting up. Okay. Ripke looked like she was a little slow to move.
We're going to have sub come in. Layla Mowry for Emma Durr. She's one of the more, Emma though, is one of the more, I guess, accident prone.
48 seconds to go. Crusaders by 2. Gretchen has the ball on the inbound. Back into Sophia's hands. Schroyer with the steal. And they're going to call Sophia with the push.
Schroyer goes to the line. They are in bonus, 1-1.
Now, that was not an intentional foul by Sophia. She was just trying to get back.
But man, sometimes that just happens.
Yep.
You just turn and...
The two of them are so close.
Oh, yeah.
You turned right into her. Nothing
Yeah.
you could do.
Schroyer's been doing really well with her free throws tonight as well. She lets the first one go. Crusaders up by 3.
We're going back for a second shot.
1-1, so that means if she makes the first one, she gets to shoot a second one. But that also means the first ball is live. So if she misses, it's kind of fair game for who can get their hands on it first.
Durr's back in the game. They checked her out. She is just fine.
Schroyer puts her second up. It is long.
Out of bounds. Crusader ball. Looked like it went off Brooklyn. The ref was right on top of that one.
Oh, yeah.
I think if we went to replay, we'd see the same thing. He had a good eye.
Maybe that's what we should get next. Ball gets inbounded. It's going to stay Crusader basketball, this time under the basket. Can't tell if they're, just wasting time.
39 seconds to go. Delta's in a 2-3? No. Man.
Through the hands of Bockelman.
It's going to be off the Crusaders.
Delta's got a chance here. They're only down by 3. And
they've hit a couple threes tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with Sophia. She's got a good shot. She's hit at least 2 on her own.
Yeah. This is that point where coaches in the back of their heads, they could make a 3. They could go up and make 2 and get fouled and get the third shot.
And now we have plenty of time to consider what we're going to do.
That game of what ifs.
Coach Fromm calls the final timeout, her 5th and final of the game, full timeout.
She's used her timeouts very well, especially the second half.
Yep. She's calmed her team down at times. She has helped them to figure out how to get the ball in at times.
Yes.
This case, it's just to talk through some defense. Now, as we saw the Crusaders shoot the 1-1 bonus, that's 17 fouls for Delta, which put the Crusaders in bonus. Crusaders, though, have only given up 14 fouls, so they're still 2-3 away from getting into the bonus. Not that you want to purposefully foul, but
you have some wiggle room.
Yeah. Don't foul on the shot.
Right.
But you're okay if something happens.
And sometimes at this level, that's really, really hard to teach, is you want them to foul, but you want them to foul at the right time and not do something silly like intentionally push them or something like that.
So as a coach, would you actually tell them to intentionally foul?
My coach always said just go hard for the ball, but we were usually down by that point, so they don't really need to foul.
Crusaders picking up at a half-court press. Inbounding from the near sideline. Gretchen's looking. Jenna's all over her shouting. And ball gets into Gabby. Gabby passes to Gretchen across the timeline. Gretchen goes around the right side. Gets down into the block. Stolen by Bockelman. Bockelman passes ahead.
Durr takes a dribble, passes it up to Schroyer. These balls must be super aired up tonight, man.
20 seconds.
Ball gets to Ripke on the top. Just wasting time at this point. She gets it to Oberhaus. She passes it to Schroyer.
Schroyer's who you want for the free throws.
Oh, yeah, swings it around. There's our foul.
Sophia tried to reach in and poke it away, and they called a foul. Bockelman's going to the line for the 1-1.
Which, at this point, it's a good foul.
That's Sophia's 4th personal, but with only 7 seconds left, that's fine.
You got to do what you got to do.
7 seconds, Crusaders by 3.
Bockelman at the line. Lauder is an 8th grader this year. She's going to eye it up, let it go. It's a little long.
And there's lane violation on the Panthers.
Man, Delta was ready to call that timeout and strategize a little bit, but...
Yep. And you could see that. she was kind of teetering,
Oh,
falling
yeah.
in the whole time Bockelman was ready to shoot.
It's hard. You have all that adrenaline. Bockelman's free throw. Comes up short. Delta gets the ball, and we have a timeout.
That was number 21, Brooklyn with the rebound.
Delta's got 6 seconds to make this happen, and this isn't like football seconds where you still get a whole play even if the time runs out.
And it's not like the NBA where a timeout moves you to half court. They've got 6 seconds to go the length of the court on this.
So if Crusaders are smart, they'll just go back and
You play a half court defense?
Oh, yeah.
3/4 court?
I would go half court just because you have a couple out there who can definitely fire up those three-pointers. So put a little bit of pressure to keep them out.
Now, if you're Delta, do you run the Duke Christian Leitner play? Wasn't it Grant Hill that threw it to Christian Leitner at the free throw line, turned and shot it to win the championship? That was before your time.
Probably. As I'm sitting here wearing Duke colors, too.
Oh, don't
But
do
it's
that.
It's Concordia, Wisconsin. They just conveniently have the same colors.
We'll cheer for Concordia.
So the girls go back on the court. Again, Delta has to go the length of the court. Crusaders they're going to do their full court press right now.
It's a man full court.
Ooh, and they got one back, so they're leaving the girl inbounding open because what is she going to do other than inbound the ball?
Sophia gets the ball. She is tightly guarded, gets it to the half court line. She receives the pick. She goes in for the layup.
Oh.
And the layup wouldn't have done anything for her. I think she lost track of what was going on.
Yeah.
Should have pulled up for the three. And that's the game. Crusaders by 3 in an intense game.
Yes, especially this second half. End of this third quarter, fourth quarter was very back and forth.
That makes 2 good games between Freedom and Delta, the first one, Crusaders and Delta, the second one. Good, exciting games. Fans were excited and into it.
Yeah.
So with that, it's going to be an exciting season as well. And I just used the word exciting quite a bit in the last 30 seconds.
This is St. Paul Napoleon, though. Is there any other word to describe Crusader basketball?
Yeah, it's a good one. All right, so our next game here is this Saturday starting at 10 a.m. with the 5-6 girls, followed by 5-6 boys, 7-8 girls, 7-8 boys. It's always fun when Trinity comes to town.
Yes.
They're a good school, good team. Some good friends are there as well.
Yeah.
So it'll be an exciting, well, there's the word again. It'll be a fun day.
Yes.
With that said, we invite you to, well, I can't issue a call to action. We're not allowed with our licensing. So the game is going on. The gym will be open. Thanks for joining us for our first game.
Nothing else to do.
And you're listening to 94.1. Once again, we thank you for joining us tonight. At this time, we send it up to our studio upstairs. Mark Bockelman, take it away.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.